Hey guys, Comic Uno, and today's topic video is on the Amazing Spider-Man movie versus the Spider-Man Trilogy's movies. So let's talk about this topic. In my Amazing Spider-Man review, I told you guys I wasn't gonna really compare, Amazing Spider-Man and the trilogy of Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire because I wanted to save it for this video. I thought it would be a great topic and definitely interesting to see like differences, similarities about this movie. So let's start talking about some. I'm gonna first talk about Uncle Ben and Aunt May. Who did I like better in which movie? With Uncle Ben and Aunt May, I felt like I loved them a lot better in the trilogy. I was actually talking to my brother who saw the movie with me, and I was talking about how Aunt May, the end of the movie, where and there will be spoilers in this video also if I want to mention that. So, Spider-Man comes home from his little battle, and he's coming home. He says, "I brought the eggs." And then Aunt May's like, good, you brought the eggs. Doesn't care about the bruises at all, I felt like, and doesn't have any signs that she does know he's Spider-Man, so it was like, if there was signs, like, oh, don't worry, I know why you have those bruises, honey, don't worry. No, it's just like, oh, you brought the eggs, that's nice, thank you. It's not like, oh, where did you get those bruises from, I'm a nervous wreck. It's like, Aunt May is like his mother, she grew him up, so, I felt like that was, like, the dialogue was horrible for that. Like, Sally Fields, I think she is a good actress. She did a good job with Aunt May. But the dialogue, it just didn't work. Like, who does that? Like, care for Peter. Like, has bruises on his face. Question him. Also, like, I felt like, I like the older version of them. I know some people like the younger version with Sally Fields. I like Sally Fields' performance for her. I just like, the older version better because I felt like, it's always been an older version. It's Aunt May. Also with Uncle Ben, I feel like his death, with the responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility. I like that better in the trilogy. I just always loved that line. I felt like should have had that in Amazing Spider-Man, and they didn't. One thing I think Amazing Spider-Man did a lot better than the trilogy is the relationship, the love interest. Gwen Stacy, even though you guys know I'm a big Mary Jane and Spider-Man fan, I love them. You know that. But with MJ and Pete in trilogy, it felt like, I would say MJ was just a whiner. She's like, why didn't you come to my play? You should have been in the front row. Come on, I know you're Spider-Man, but you have to be in the front row, But she didn't even know he was Spider-Man back then. But, like, even when she did know he was Spider-Man, it's like, oh, why you weren't here, blah, 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 she's kind of whiny. I didn't really like that. But, and also I just felt like Gwen was just a better love interest, and I just felt maybe Emma Stone better. Like, I don't even think it was, like, the characters, because, again, I love Mary Jane Spider-Man. I just think Emma Stone was a great actress for that role, and she just did a good job like that, especially for the first movie. Like, MJ was more into Flash, with that first movie, but there was some chemistry. But with this first movie, Amazing Spider-Man, it was more like, that awkward love, interest, like that chemistry, but they didn't, like, they weren't, I would say they were boyfriend and girlfriend for a little while, like, in the end part, like, in the middle, but they were just starting to like each other, like, you had that awkwardness, and I liked that. It wasn't saying, oh, I love you, you're, like, it wasn't, like, it was that high school romance, and I liked that. They didn't, like, go overboard with it, and I really, really liked that. I just felt like Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield just had better chemistry than, Kristen Dunst and Tobey Maguire. I mean, I think they both have good chemistry, but, just Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield, like, they had great chemistry. So the relationship I like better with Gwen Stacy, just think they did a better job. One thing I hated about the Amazing Spider-Man movie, though, not hated, but just was, like, a little bit more annoying than, in the trilogy. Trilogy, not many people knew that he was Spider-Man, and it took, like, 3 movies for them to find out. It took the second movie for MJ to find out, third movie for Harry to find out, and Aunt May, there was always, like, signs that she knew, but, they never said that, oh, yeah, Aunt May knows that, Peter is Spider-Man. But with Amazing Spider-Man, you know how many people found out? We got Gwen Stacy, we got Captain Stacy, we had, Kurt Connors. Those are 3 people in one movie. Like, there wasn't even 3 people in the trilogy, and that was 3 movies. So I felt like there's too many people that found out the Amazing Spider-Man. But now let's talk about really the big question: who was a better Spider-Man? And this is a hard question because like I love both. I really did love both movies. I did, and I know I'm like nitpicking, but only because I'm comparing both of them. But I love both movies. I feel like in the main Spider-Man, what I do love about it the most is it's so different from the trilogy, and that's why it's kind of hard to compare them because thank God they did that. Because a reboot, I always believe that a reboot shouldn't just be retelling a story. Like we saw that movie once, I want to see a different direction, and that's what they did in the Amazing Spider-Man. They gave a different direction, and that's what I love about the Amazing Spider-Man also. But that's why it's hard to compare both of these Spider-Mans because they're so different. I love that Tobey Maguire is that geeky Spider-Man, and then Andrew Garfield is more of that science Spider-Man. But who played like I feel like I can't say that until I see the whole entire trilogy for the Amazing Spider-Man. But like Andrew Garfield just played a really good high school Spider-Man. I love the thing is I really like Tobey Maguire better in Spider-Man 2. I think he played a better college adult Spider-Man. But Andrew Garfield played a really good high school Spider-Man. So I think that's the best way to put it. Because Tobey Maguire was older. Andrew Garfield, I don't know, he looks younger, I would say. But he just did a really good job. Like it's so hard to pick from both, but that's my answer. Tobey Maguire, better adult Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield's a better high school Spider-Man. Also, I like the minor characters a little bit more in this in the Amazing Spider-Man, some of the minor characters, supporting characters. Like Flash, it felt like they did a really good job with the Amazing Spider-Man. Like they gave him a character. With the trilogy, they didn't really give him a character that much. But with the trilogy, also I felt like they were better villains in the trilogy. Like Dr. Octopus, I love Dr. Octopus. Venom, we're not counting him. But Green Goblin, like even Harry, like he was a better villain also. Like I liked Lizard, I do like Lizard, but compared to those, compared really Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus, out of the park, those two villains are better than Lizard. But not that the Lizard didn't do a good job, but also like Dr. Octopus and the Green Goblin final battle was a lot better. And like I said, there's a lot of different things with these movies, but I think I compared them a lot, and I really love both of these movies. I'm such a big Spider-Man fan, and I think that's the best, that you really can't compare them that much. There's not a lot to compare. I think that shows that Amazing Spider-Man was good. And that obviously Spider-Man trilogy is good also, except the third movie. But but like there's so many differences within. I think that's what made Amazing Spider-Man good, because it's hard to compare because it's just such a different movie. They took it such a different direction. But again, like Uncle Ben's death, better in the Spider-Man trilogy. So there's definitely different things you can compare with. But definitely I liked. I don't know. I can't even say which movie I liked better, because I have to say I think we have to see the whole Amazing Spider-Man trilogy to really appreciate that movie. Because it's like saying you see the first Spider-Man movie without seeing the second one. The second one's awesome. That's definitely one of my favorite movies is Spider-Man 2. And like you can't really say like which one you like better because you didn't really see that whole story. Like especially with the ending with Amazing Spider-Man, like you could see that there's gonna be another movie. There's things that are left off with Gwen Stacy, with Peter Parker, with not Dr. Octopus, with Lizard, with the father even. Like there's a lot of things that are left off that just need to be continued in the second movie that could be awesome. So I can't say which one's better, but that's my comparison. Tell me which one's better if you guys could say which one's better. Say some comparisons that you think with the Spider-Man trilogy, Amazing Spider-Man. Do you like Amazing Spider-Man? Do you think Andrew Garfield's a better Spider-Man? Do you think Tobey Maguire is better? Again, I love them both, and I wish you could just mix these two movies together and make one big Spider-Man movie, and that'd just be the best Spider-Man movie ever. But again, these two, I love Spider-Man. The movies really do give it justice. All the movies except the third one for Spider-Man, but really doesn't give Venom justice. And with emo Peter Parker, that was a little. But so tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Compare the two. I want to hear you guys' opinions. And this is Comic Uno. Hope you guys enjoyed. There'll be another topic video with my next set of video reviews next week. Probably I'll probably have it Thursday, and then have my San Diego Comic-Con videos coming up. Hope you guys are gonna enjoy that. I'm totally excited to do those videos, and can't wait to see what comes out from Comic-Con. So this is Comic Uno. Hope you guys enjoyed, and remember to follow me on Twitter in the description below. There'll be links for the random situations and Comic Uno. Hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.